Last time on Will Save. After the group hissed open the door, they quickly found themselves in the trappings of a decontamination chamber. Seeking another way out through the opposite door, the group worked together to shut down the decontamination protocols. Nico, frustrated, tried his dueling sword to smash his way through the decontamination turbines, while Heerz cleverly figured out how to trick the decontamination protocols into opening the door for our companions. What they found on the other side, though, was troubling. After encountering some toxic gas, they found 3 dead bodies. Who were these dead bodies? How did they get here? Find out this time on Will Save.
Have you guys ever been in that moment where you're like, man, I really want to go to sleep, but then there's some other thing that's like, but do I weigh sleep against this thing?
All the time.
What's that thing?
I don't think it's ever had like that dramatic of a you make it sound like, oh my god, like I have to weigh these options. It's normally like
every night is a battle.
No, well, I mean, look, we can look back at school and be like, oh, I have a deadline tomorrow that I need to stay up for.
Yeah, that's
seriously though.
That's about right though.
Yeah.
I think like John certainly stays up late for Will Save stuff.
Yeah.
So
True.
I can totally see that.
That's happened before.
That's happened many times.
I've caught myself late at night doing other things.
Doing things
other than sleep.
so bad.
Wow.
What's so good is that could be anything. It could be releasing a bunch of balloons at the beach.
Texas.
Or releasing other
Legos.
things.
Making his own
Legos.
hydrogen collider, which is probably what I expect Will is up to at night.
Working on a calzone oven.
Taping a boom mic to a table.
Taping a boom mic to a table.
He's pretty good at that. He could be doing that all night too.
Taped? It looked like it was like clamped and...
It's all kinds of things.
Zip
Clamped, taped, and zip tied.
Okay. That's...
I mean, at the end of the day, like at nighttime is when my mind starts thinking about all the other stuff I need to do. So I will usually do something before I go to bed. I only go to bed till like late. Yeah.
Nick,
I've caught myself up at like 4 a.m.
Sure.
Just 4 a.m.
I mean, I used to
notes.
like stay up all night playing video games. Like, if I was playing a video game, I could stay up playing it until 2 or 3 in the morning and be like,
totally
wait, I probably should go to sleep at some point.
Yeah, I would do that too, but just wouldn't go to sleep.
But
then you're like, oh, is that the sun?
I can't do that
yeah,
anymore.
I've definitely done
I
that.
can't do that either.
I can't do
until
it
the sun
these
comes
days.
up.
I can't do it these days.
Yeah,
I probably
same.
still could because you just get distracted. Like I get so focused on the game. But I will say that that I read. So like that's my new thing. Is like I go to bed early because I'm an old man. But then like
It's true.
I try to turn
seen the
off
Walker.
my phone, set it down, and then I'll read through a book. And I try to get through at least 5 to 10 pages without falling asleep, which is
good.
I usually
battle
make it
sometimes.
to halfway through one page.
Yeah.
When I start that.
Yeah.
Bright daylight, standing up, half a page puts me to sleep.
It's true.
Oh my
Nick,
god.
you've been conspicuously quiet this whole time. Is there
All
something you're not
right,
telling us?
so fun fact, I'm a very high energy person. Now,
What?
No
way,
Come
right?
on, stop it.
Incorrect.
Stop it. Don't lie.
so you guys must think that I got to be going all the time, right?
All the time.
All the time.
False.
All the time. False.
False. I am either up or I am asleep.
That's true.
And I will go to bed at 10:30, and if someone tries waiting, yeah, good luck.
There
so
have been
you
times-
sleep so much
I've
that you
seen
have so
you
much energy the
almost
rest of the time.
asleep one time.
Yeah, there was one time that we were playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, on Xbox Live, and no joke, he's like, yeah, so I think I'm gonna go over here, and just stops. And then I was like, what? And then I finished the match, like 10 minutes. And then he's like, oh, hey, sorry, I fell asleep. Just in the middle of the match, just like sitting in his couch. And he still won.
Wow.
and somehow he still got a higher score than me, of course.
Yeah.
I fell asleep playing a first-person shooter. Let that sink in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
Hey, so do you guys... wanted to ask, you guys are in this weird space. You guys come in and your characters have you've gone through what seems to be some sort of space where you are, decontaminated. You go into some sort of lab hub where there are computers.
Little computers. They were
Little
they were like 2 feet
yeah.
tall or something.
Everything's like small, little. And I gotta ask.
Wait. Is everything like small
what?
or is everything short? Because there's a difference.
There is. It's mostly short, but also on the smaller side, like 3/4 scale, maybe. Let's call it.
What fantasy like a gnome size thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. But here's the thing. What are you guys at? There are two things I want to ask. One is, where are you guys at health wise?
I'm good.
Because
Yeah, I'm good too.
because like you've had a couple. Well, but
Why do you ask?
not
John?
all of you are good. Because you guys have taken
I need to
damage.
know how badly I need to mess you guys up.
I think you guys took some damage fighting those robots at the
don't
top.
recall any of
Some
that.
of you took some damage from the noxious air, aka Nico.
Not me.
Yeah, just
Hold on. Let me speak with my attorney here. I do not recall.
That was a visual gag for everybody watching.
Yeah, on the
Yeah, he turned to Kelly.
I can barely see it.
let's
As Nick's attorney, I'd like to not like anything sort of visual doesn't apply to this case. It's just audio. All right.
Okay.
All right. So
But the point is that not all of you are
You're on
at
your
full
feet
health,
today.
right? Right?
I mean, I'm not at full health.
No,
Well,
but
no,
you're
correction.
good. Correction.
I'm at full health, but my stamina is not at 100%. So
That must be the case.
And that's why I have Kelly as my lawyer.
Doctor, okay?
yeah.
I do want to talk about this though.
You're
like
chilling.
the
Yeah,
whole
I'm
use of
chilling.
stamina is actually like compared to other unnamed TTRPGs. I actually kind of like the idea of the stamina
Me too.
versus
Me
hit
too.
points and health.
Star Wars has that. They got soak.
Soak,
That's
yeah.
the term.
It's like
Very
the armor
Yeah.
as the armor
Just how
breaks
well can
down.
you take a hit?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for that Star Wars moment.
John is just
You are welcome.
foreshadowing and giving some space for me to say, yeah, I'm reading the book.
Will, especially, you're welcome. I'm looking at Will.
I'm just so happy to be talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, it's good.
sarcastically.
is this
or-
Let's just
move on.
Let's just talk about
Another
Revenge of the
question.
Sith and
Question
get Kevin
number
triggered.
Question number 2. Has anyone been thinking about what Professor Benjamin said in that very last moment?
when he was singing, or well, sort of half singing, saying,
Half singing,
"My
yeah.
heart will never go home."
Kev,
Yeah.
What did he say? Pray tell.
My heart will never
I mean-
come.
I get what you're going with this.
Come.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
He sort of whispered that in his dying breath. I mean, certainly, Heerz thinks, well, obviously, he's probably a pirate. B, he might have been involved in some way, being that he didn't reveal that to us.
Or
Although
he was just a
pirate.
robotic plant that was like feeding off of our energies because it's all just a simulation. Nothing's real.
That's
Yeah.
possible. I think Benjamin was real. I hope so.
What if I told you that everything that has existed up until this point in time was simulation created?
I'd say,
By the
yeah, that
Matrix.
makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say at this point I
Yeah.
agree.
Oh yeah. That's, I caught on to that.
What
That's-
else?
That's
What else you got?
exactly what I was thinking.
All right.
All right.
So we're in this room, and we have full health, and
Hold on.
No,
Actually,
we are low
John,
on health, so that way he doesn't try to kill us.
Why do you ask that?
yeah,
Is it leading into what's going to happen right now?
And I
Not
say that
necessarily.
perjuring
Okay.
myself before the GM.
There's something that I want to say. I want you guys to take a minute. Let my words kind of sink in.
Okay.
The formal dining room of the Sugesta has a commanding view of the sizable hull of the luxury star cruiser. Multicolored light streams through the large bay window into the private space, bouncing off the dark Castrovillian wood table and reflecting from the white, radiant walls, lighting up the faces of 3 individuals sitting around the table, none of whom seem at all interested in the radiant drift spiraling just outside. We see first a Sheeran, face inscrutable, their demeanor in their luxurious robes is scientific and studious, eyes opaque, mouth neutral.
There's more than you're letting on, Marcus. What are you not telling us?
Marcus's human fingers turn a small glass of a dark liquor in his hands, his matching dark Absalom business fashion hinting at the quality of liquor in the glass. His eyes finally look over to the colorful drift outside as he says,
"Just drop it, Zenka. It's nothing concerning this. Now, where were we, Captain?"
he says as he downs the glass, looking at the Kasathan Authority. "I believe we had just established that your line of work isn't always above the board of the Directorate, Marcus," the captain says.
Neither does yours, Captain.
Well, now it's rude to insult an honest living. Running the finest star cruiser where distinguished individuals such as yourself come to play means we need the best security aboard to back that up. If I'm to ship a haul as large as you need, Zenka, I'll need the assurance of Marcus and his droids here.
If I'm the one paying, I'm the one deciding,
Zenka says with a flat tone. The captain quickly raises one of his upper hands in a gesture to his ear, indicating an interruption through his comm device. Zenka and Marcus, it appears the two of you are needed in the upper dining area immediately, and stands up, his right 2 hands inviting towards the door.
"We'll finish this later,"
Marcus says, placing the glass gently on the table.
If we finish at all,
Zenka directs back at him, walking out. The white door slides open into a lavishly finished hallway. The ambient light seems to come from everywhere at once, bouncing off of the clean, smooth look of the walls. The pristine floor reflects gently as side running lights of many colors reminiscent of the drift guide the passengers and captain across the ship. And for a minute, all they hear are the footsteps of each other until they step up to the door of the upper dining hall, the cafeteria reserved for the luxury suite members. The doors open into the sounds of young boys shouting and scenes of food flying, making the same pristine walls, marking them with reds, yellows, and greens from all kinds of food. A few rows of tables and booths separate the adults from 2 young human boys and 1 young Sheeran male, all ducking, bobbing, and weaving around the midair food. "Boys!" Marcus and Zenka say at the same time. The 2 look at each other. The laughing stops, the silence punctuated by several rolls hitting the nearby table. Marcus continues.
"Gentlemen, I expect that for as much fun as you're having, that you'll be here tomorrow morning to help clean it up."
Looking at the captain and winking.
"Plus the inconvenience of having to close the place, so perhaps helping to serve breakfast as well."
"Yes, I think that's a great idea, Marcus. Good plan," the captain says as the immediate protests come from all the children. "Wait, no, but I can't. No, we're not going to do that. No. Zizi, no, but what about the flight deck?" We hear the voice of the young Sheeran as we watch him run down the aisle, one shoe leaving a strange blue liquid mark on the floor, squelching with every other step.
Well, the flight deck will still be there. The crew needs to eat to make sure you don't fly off into the drift,
Zenka says as she gently glides towards the door. She and Marcus lock eyes and give each other a small, knowing smile and nod. We see the door open to somewhere new, a small bedroom of dark wood floors, the warm light of the drift streaming through a tinted shade, and the spread of fresh new sheets on a bed.
No Harry Hollow vid tonight, you know. You'll need sleep to get up early. See, I won't fall asleep without it. You know this.
Zenka pauses for a moment, considering, then says,
I'll tell you something instead, my sweet. When I have too much on my mind, I bring up a picture of the stars outside, or look out at colors in the drift and try to count each one by one. You'll be surprised how many you can find. Now, good night.
And leaves. The light from the main suite beyond the door fades as the door closes. And he's left watching the play of colors just outside the ship. Red, deeper red, purple, yellow, blue, red again, white, red, blue, white. What? Why isn't that white moving? He sits up and looks closer. It just hangs like a distant lamp bulb. Green, blue, red. No, that white is still there. He sighs, slumps down, turns and stares ahead and tries to close his eyes. He's frustrated. I just want Harry Hollow Fit. I can't sleep now without it, he thinks. He looks. The white light outside is gone, of course. He turns his head to close his eyes and sees a small, faint reflection of the drift in his open closet. 2 reflections, actually. Close enough together to be reflecting off of eyes. Clear enough to be 2 completely black eyes staring at him from his closet. A voice pierces his thoughts, answering him.
Yes, you can sleep.
And we come back to the lab hub that you guys are in. Let me move you guys over to roll 20.
Ooh. Was that a vision of what was here?
Who could say?
That was creepy, that last part.
I'm definitely unnerved.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
That was intense. Like this.
Yeah, that was. It was good storytelling, though.
Thanks.
Wait, so I mean, John, close your ears. This is like private talk time.
Should
that
I take
was-
off my
You could
headphones?
also just message.
I just want to kind of like dissect what we just heard.
Sure. Go ahead. I'm going to reconnect to roll 20 and take off my headphones.
So there were 3 people sitting on a Star Dreamer, well, on a Starliner.
But that's not what he called it, though. He called it a different ship.
Did he say the name? I didn't hear him say the name.
Yeah, John said the name. It started with an S. It's the
Sugesta.
Sugesta. That's right. He'd never told us that
Sugesta.
before.
But so there were 3 people sitting in the dining room of the Sugesta, looking out at the drift. One of them, I'm assuming, is Captain Ramim.
I think it's just
Mostly
another
because the
captain.
voice sounded like Captain Ramim. Unless that's just how all Kazathans are going to sound. But they call him Captain as well, right?
True, but I would be reticent to connect anything that we've done to the previous.
No, but that's the thing. So it was this Marcus is human, and then the Sheeran. I didn't catch the Sheeran's name, but this human and the Sheeran are talking to a Kasathan quote unquote captain about some kind of business deal, which would possibly be convincing people to get on a ship to bring them into a simulation. That's all.
Perhaps Kevin, but I think we took the red pill. So,
Well, they were talking about a game, right? There was like one guy who.
Do you guys want me to read that part again? Would
Yeah,
that help you?
please.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, John's recreating Saw now.
Yeah.
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin.
Should I just read that whole part real quick?
Yeah, if you please.
Yeah, sure.
There's more than you're letting on, Marcus. What are you not telling us?
We see Marcus twisting a drink And he says, "Just drop it, Zenka. It's nothing concerning this. Now, where were we, Captain?" Downs the drink, looks at the Kasathan. Kasathan says, "I believe we had just established that your line of work isn't always above the board of the Directorate, Marcus." "Neither does yours, Captain." "Well, now it's rude to insult an honest living. Running the finest star cruiser where distinguished individuals such as yourself come to play means we need the best security aboard to back that up. And if I'm to ship a haul as large as you need, Zenka, I'll need the assurance of Marcus and his droids here." And that's pretty much...
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I got a theory here.
It's Westworld.
I'm all
It's a little bit of Westworld combined with a little bit of the Matrix, Kev. I'm with you a little bit more now. So what I think is happening is the following. I think maybe possibly Captain Ramin is the ultimate bad guy here, or if not the ultimate, the semi-ultimate bad guy. And
Well, Ramim's just the workhorse. He's the one delivering these people.
yeah, well, I mean, he's not necessarily the messenger either, though.
Yeah.
We definitely shoot this guy.
Well, he's already dead, from what we know.
So
we
for
found his
all
body.
we know, I think it's a simulation.
And then these one
I don't
or
know
two
what's
other
real or
individuals-
what's fantasy, which it's all fantasy technically because it's a game. We're playing a game inside of a game now.
And are those other
inside
two?
of a game.
As I
Those other
said,
two guys are like the game masters or something, or
The
like,
greatest game.
yeah,
Well,
or like yeah.
yeah. I feel like wait, there's this old
Hunters.
classic. What was that? If you guys can remember the name of this classic book, but there was this old aristocrat that was an insane piece of work. He would actually give people a choice, and he would hunt people in real
The greatest
life.
game.
Yeah, the greatest game. Thank you, John. The greatest game. He would hunt people, and he would hunt them, have them run away. If they escape for good. You're okay. But he would hunt them, and that's kind of where I
based on
feel
a true
we're-
story.
Could have been.
That's what it sounds like to me too.
And then there was the modern retelling of the greatest game in the hit musical Rent. That's what that was.
Seriously?
525,000.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen Rent.
I haven't seen it. I was like, really?
Wait a
Call that
minute.
part Rent. Where are they hunt people?
Well,
That's
there was
weird.
that comedy movie where that guy would hunt people. I forget who starred in it.
It just came out though. It was like
No, that was
UK
like-
movie.
There's hundreds of
15 years
movies
ago.
about
You mean
hunting
like Hot
people.
Fuzz?
There's a I wouldn't say hundreds, definitely dozens.
no. Damn, there's a lot of this. This is a big theme apparently.
I mean,
You guys want to jump back in?
yeah, let's do it.
No, now we want
are
to
you
talk
talking about we're hunting people now? Are we being hunted?
I feel like they paid.
Will
to play
gestured towards
with
me
us.
as if I'm supposed to answer.
Well, you did ask questions.
Well, roll
about,
persuasion.
like, health personally.
Yeah, let's roll persuasion.
Roll
on John.
persuasion on me.
And John has to roll deception.
Yeah, maybe roll deception here.
I only rolled a 12, but
I was kidding, but okay. I'm good.
Will is
let's
going to
see
hear a
here.
lab looking curious.
I'm gonna
curious,
go
curious,
do-
curious, curious.
Is it diplomacy or culture or bluff?
Diplomacy.
Or 16.
20 for
Pretty
Nico.
good. Wow, that's pretty good. So you guys are in this lab hub. This dark
me zero
space where the
anything.
room
I don't think John did very well, and he's just ignoring the rolls.
is
I don't
destroyed.
even. Yeah.
The room is destroyed. We have Nico and Rick are standing outside in this small double-doored vestibule. Dr. OK is inside, and if you recall, last time Nico runs in, finds this noxious air, starts to take damage, runs out, Heerz, seeing the blue light at the other end of this dark, dark room, the only light source, runs in, touches the control panel, is able to turn on some sort of fan, and then the air gets sucked out, takes a deep breath, and then looks down and sees 3 bodies motionless surrounding him near the panel. One seems to be lying against the panel, one's right behind him sitting in a chair, and the other one's on the other side of the panel. Here's what do you do?
So I have a question about about comms. Like, I have a comm unit in my inventory. Can do we have headsets in our...
I think when you guys first let's call it landed, moved in these escape pods, you established communications with each other, right? Because you all made roles in order to make sure that you were able to communicate, because you couldn't touch any, like nothing in the escape pod would respond to your commands. So you were like, let me see if I can, make sure that my comm unit is still working, connect.
Well, that's part of my question is because I'm reading on the comm unit stuff, and like it says comm units that function system wide. So there are certain comm units that do. It also says that it includes a calculator or flashlight.
Can I
several
roll
entertainment
perception
options
on this room?
It's a cell phone.
Entertainment options. Has like
a personal
YouTube.
comm unit has a function as same other devices by spending credits equal to 110% of the additional devices. Yeah.
So are you going to play Minesweeper?
Of course.
Cool. Will, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to have just talk one at a time. You were saying something? Because you're standing in the back.
Yeah,
so
I just don't remember rolling perception as I came into this room. I feel like it was very abrupt when I came in.
You guys were in initiative order when, as soon as Nico went in, you guys were like, boom, trying to figure this out. And Heerz, I think, had a pretty high roll and was just like, you know what, I'm going in.
Wait, let's rewind just a little bit further. Nico walked into the room when nobody else was ready, and so we were all like, wait, what's he doing? And then, of course, he starts choking to death. And we all backed up very quickly to save ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. So, yeah, Rick will say in the comms, like, great job over there, Heerz. What else do you see in there?
Yeah, Heerz is about to like telepathically do this anyway, but since we have comms, that's awesome. So Heerz responds, I find 3 bodies. I don't know if they're dead or if I kind of worry that they're undead. I hope they're dead. I'm going to check it out. I'll let you know.
Because fun fact, Kelly, the player, hates undead.
Yeah, zombies is like the one real fear that I have.
Zombies freak me out too. Will, don't capitalize on that at all.
Yeah, don't.
Never.
Wink, wink. Now, Heerz, what kind of bodies do you see? Do you need our assistance? Should we approach?
No, I stay there. Seriously. And he's going to look at them.
And at the same
One by
time,
one.
Rick's going to walk forward and kind of step behind one of these desks with his artillery laser up and pointing kind of in that direction, ready to defend him.
Okay.
Nico's going to walk in behind Dr. OK and Rick, dueling sword out and azimuth laser pistol drawn in different hands.
So, if you can picture it, dear listener, they are on the other side of the room behind a similar panel, but that's partially destroyed with the debris around it. Short panel. Heerz is at the other short panel.
Yeah.
So Heerz, you couldn't really make out. The light is, it's still like the light from the screen seems to be pretty steady, especially now that you've set everything up. But the light at the other end of the room is, flickering. So you can't really tell what the bodies are. You just see their general shape. So do you go up to them?
But you can use your comms unit as a flashlight. So
you want to turn on your flashlight?
It increases the level up to one step up to 15-foot cone. Not that I need to do it because I have regular vision and dark.
Got it. Like, Heerz is just going to try first to make out what kind of race they are, what age they are, stuff like that, and make sure that they're truly dead before he does the flashlight, because he doesn't want to trigger something.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, he'll use the flashlight.
Okay, so you get up to it. Yeah, make a life science check.
I will assist.
Heerz.
Because that's actually how you
Can
wake
someone help me
zombies,
check out?
shining lights in their eyes.
Like what these things are and if they're
Success.
alive.
So how does that work between Dr. OK and Heerz?
Heerz just said what he did.
I
He
think
said,
I can
"Hey,
see
you
an
help me?"
outline from here.
Heerz rolled a 23.
Let me commune with your Isa and aid you.
All right, so here's like relays what he's seen, like the shape of their face, their expression. He
Yes.
looks for slight movements to see if they're breathing or whatever. And he rolled a 23.
23. And
Yeah.
then
I
Garrett,
assist.
you assist, which I just imagine as I'm reading it, it's like Heerz, you're
Yes.
kind of saying something back.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. So this is what you see, because as you get closer and closer,
I don't want to get closer,
I don't want to get closer at all.
but I do.
seen too many
'cause I
dead
need to
bodies.
find out. I just kind of lean in very carefully. Try not to get
Super
too
careful.
close. hold my breath.
Okay. So the thing is that you see these thin bodies that appear to be smaller than your average humanoid, closer maybe to like a Yosoki or a human child. They're face down, on the ground. One's leaning into the console, so you can't see their face, but you can see that there's a large hole that exits the back of their heads. And maybe as you kind of try and get a better angle, you look over to the one at your left. You see that they have this gray-blue skin, is patchwork with deep burns. You kind of look at their limbs, and they have 5 fingers, 5 toes, but each digit is long and slender, much longer than a human. And because you rolled well, you know that the burns probably come from that same caustic vapor, except something much more potent, some like caustic materials that were much more potent than any vapor that was in the room. And I can tell you a bit more about the hole, but I want to know a bit. I think you're going to need to get a little closer if you want to see what their face looks like or anything else about them.
Heerz. What is your status? What are they?
They're dead, and they're small, and they have long fingers, and all 3 of them have 5 fingers.
Yeah, five fingers from their feet. You can tell, 5 toes, but they're just small creatures.
Rick is going to start approaching. Can he? Okay. Is this area clear? Can he just climb over the rubble? So
that's fine.
He's going to walk to the left and kind of along the wall down this long, lengthy room.
As you're walking down the lengthy room, you notice that because there's a door on either side, right? And the door that you're in front of on, let's call it the bottom side, there is rubble in that 5 kind of foot radius right around it. There's enough rubble blocking the door that for now, mechanically it doesn't matter. You can get over the rubble.
So the door itself is blocked as well.
The door is blocked. You guys could try and see later about what you want to do about that. But the door right now is somewhat blocked.
Are we still in initiative? We're not in initiative.
You're not.
So here...
We don't have enough stars to open the next door.
Heerz is going to look at their faces, but before he does, he's going to say to Dr. Okay,
hey, Doctor, can you tell me more about how they died and all that?
I could attempt, perhaps, if I got closer.
So you come closer.
It's safe. Come on over.
I'm going to cautiously move up. Where are these bodies?
If you look right there, they're in a triangle around Heerz.
Heerz will look at...
Here, I'll ping them.
Heerz going to check out the one behind him,
right?
Opposite the screen.
Here? Or is it here?
I'll roll a medicine check on one of them. Is that okay? You want me to aid?
Yeah, is it medicine or...
Well, so you can do medicine or life science, but the thing is that you pretty much just see the same thing he does, this hole in the back of the head, but you haven't pulled them up to see what their face looks like.
I'll get up at
I got a 19
very close.
Okay. 19 on the medicine check. Dr. Okay, go ahead.
19 plus 14.
An outrageous amount. 34.
30.
So I'll say this. You know that the hole comes from a cortex bomb.
Oh,
which is
man.
This cybernetic augmentation that prevents interrogation after, capture, after being deceased.
Well, that or somebody liquidated them from afar.
I mean, they, quote unquote, whoever's in charge of this whole thing is self-destructing the simulation.
You also know that if anybody were to cast Speak with Dead, wouldn't work because of this cortex bomb.
Does anybody have Speak with Dead? Why would you tell us
ball
that?
bearings for brains?
Because you, as your characters, would know this. I'm trying to make sure, like, because there are like magic components to things or physical components. I'm trying to just make sure
that.
You know,
but I wouldn't be able to perform any sort of magic per se.
Nico's
not strong magic users in this.
Right,
I mean,
I'm
like
gonna
Heerz for
roll
sure, but
perception
on
the room. Then
it's pretty much just you. Okay.
Heerz is gonna look at the face of the one opposite the screen.
Okay.
I'm going to
I got a
investigate
24
these
for perception.
computers.
Yeah, I'll work on that with you.
Okay, let's do this one by one. So, Rick and 18, you got 24 for perception?
Yep.
Okay, and then Nico and Dr. OK, you kind of just start looking over the computers?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Heerz, did you say that you were rolling perception or no?
If I need to look at their face, then I will.
Got it. Okay, so maybe, Dr. OK, you're about to turn away as Heerz is like, all right, I'm just going to reach over and try and push their body, move them over. And as you touch them, the skin feels like rubber, kind of, but like just a bunch of rubber, like neoprene, like you just push into it and it just kind of sinks.
Fake.
And then comes back. Not fake, just feels necessarily maybe just like rubber. It feels like skin of something. And when you do, and you push it, the body rolls over, flops back, doesn't move or anything. But
Cringy.
it's at that point that you're struck by two large black opaque eyes staring at you, open. Small slits act as nostrils above a small, thin mouth. And you realize once they flop back that their heads are bulbous and pretty large for their small, wiry frame. And Dr. OK, just something about this is like, I didn't think it was this, but it is this. This is what they look like on roll 20.
Grays.
They're
look like
called grays.
Yeah, thought so. Damn.
So they look like your stereotypical 1940s alien.
Roswell.
We said they're small though.
They're small.
There's like a small gray.
Is it alive or just we're seeing
Hashtag
it?
Will Smith.
It doesn't move. It doesn't do anything. You would think that it was dead.
I don't.
You should click.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I do a culture check on them?
Sure.
All results pull up Independence
Ooh,
Day.
I'm rolling well tonight. I got a 19 plus 2. It's a 21.
19 plus
Dead,
2,
so let's break out
21.
the cigars.
Okay. The information on the grays in the infosphere is incredibly scarce. Scarce.
Scarce.
Scarce.
Scarce.
I think I'm going to name a future NPC Scarce.
Yay!
It sounds like that.
Yeah.
But
Scarsh.
as you guys are thinking about it,
Sounds like snarf.
I should not have said scarf.
Oh my gosh.
This is a podcast.
Imagine.
This is a podcast. So think about this. The information on them is scarce, and while you can't necessarily connect to the infosphere right now, it does seem odd because maybe in the past when you're like, I just looked him up, there's just nothing. And the Pact Worlds and beyond is so connected. Like you can find out a lot of information very quickly until you remember that maybe you heard it, maybe you read it once, and then you could never find it again, which is weird. But any information about them, once posted, almost immediately removed within minutes. Gone.
Really?
Interesting.
But I will also say this. Because you rolled pretty well, Rick, you know another thing, and that is that they're well known for probably the most nightmarish thing is that they take and abduct victims, perform strange, unknown medical procedures on them, and like only a few people actively remember what happened, but the rest have to go through some sort of like deep form of like hypnotic therapy to uncover these like nightmarish things. And sometimes people just wake up and they have a mark. Sometimes they remember like just this sense of like cold, calculating feeling wash over them as they might be, naked on a table or something. And then that's all that they remember, and then they wake up.
Okay.
So
And these accounts, again, are few and far between.
This room that we're in is like the control room for the
And
simulation.
if you've ever seen the
that we were
X-Files, that's how I'm feeling right now. It's like X-Files. Like,
Yeah. I mean, this means like the Starfinder universe is our universe, maybe.
Indeed.
Not really, but they have our grades.
there's overlap.
There's overlap.
So there are 3 gray bodies here. There's a door to the north, and there's a door partially obscured by rubble to the south.
I'd like to closely examine
I'm
their
unnerved by
bodies.
this. We are standing in the control
What does
room.
Rick 19 say?
Well, Rick, I don't know. Kevin's talking first. We're standing in the control
Go,
room of the simulation that we just broke out of, essentially. And it's run by Greys, who looks like, I don't know. Does my perception look as if like this room was destroyed through like self-destructive means, or
Great question. Give me engineering,
Oh, I don't
or if
Oh, I
you
do.
have, do you have physical science? You could do that.
Wait, do you want all of us to roll for that or no?
If you guys want to, that's fine. But I feel like Rick 19 was the one who had that
Yeah,
question.
I
so,
agree.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget, Nico, you wanted to go look at the computers. So maybe you're hearing all this as you're starting to go to the computers, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get to that in a minute. Sorry, Rick, go.
Okay, so you're going to roll
Nico
engineering?
and Will.
Yeah. Roll engineering.
Oh, I got 16 for engineering.
That is, spoiler, just exactly what you needed.
Yes!
You can tell that the damage here likely caused by some sort of bombardment rather than like a direct assault like in the room. And as you realize that, once again the ground like kind of shakes, maybe a couple rocks fall. Again, everything seems a little unstable.
Yeah. Heerz is going to help Nico check out the computer and see if we can find any other information about what
And
happened.
Dr. OK.
I initially okay.
Dr. OK initially wanted to do it. Nico,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
I did
Dr. Okay.
initially want to look at the computers, but
But now you
now
don't.
I'm actually really intrigued by these grays, and I want to investigate them more. But I don't want to sidetrack it, so like we should just do the computers.
We can do that in a minute. Okay.
Sorry,
so
one more question about the rubble stuff. Is the rubble
dare
by
you.
the door, does it look like it's like fallen from the roof, or is that...
yeah, the rubble by the door looks like it's somewhat from the roof, maybe a couple things from the wall, but it just seems like all over there are beams that support some sort of structure have fallen, and then a lot of rock has fallen as well.
Okay.
But you can't like see anything past the ceiling or the wall, right? Like you can't,
There's only 2 doors, one to the north and one to the south.
and then the double doors that you all came in behind you.
Okay, so then
In the east.
Rick is going to come and like casually start clearing off this rubble here,
Okay.
but he's keeping his hand on his rifle and an eye on the other door.
Okay, so there's a lot there. So if you're going to keep one hand like full with your rifle,
he's just kind of wasting time at this point.
got
So
it.
then
Okay, so
letting them
you just
do
start
their-
doing it. That's fine. And as you do this, Dr. OK, Nico and Heerz, you guys go up to the computer. You guys are like, all right, Dr. K is looking down at these bodies, trying to put things together, pull from his like recollection. You start hearing the sounds of Rick 19 just trying to kick some things aside. And the two of you go up and you look at each other and you look down at this computer and you're like, all right, this is like the only thing that we have here to try and figure out some more stuff. So why don't you give me well, first you go up, you try and like try and go into it, and when you use it at first, maybe you're baffled because some of those similar symbols that you saw on the escape pods and maybe some of the doors, but they're different now. Those are flashing, and you realize that you can't quite get in. But maybe give me a computer's check.
I rolled a 25.
25.
They were ready to
I
roll
rolled-
that. Like,
Yeah, they were like, on it.
26.
I got
26.
I got a 16.
So who is doing the like?
He will do it. I'll aid.
Heerz is going. Dr.
I'll
OK it is aiding. Nico's aiding. Okay.
So, I mean, I succeed on the aid.
Okay, so that's a 29, right?
Damn. Good job.
As you start to kind of touch, like, and it starts to respond, each time that you press something up, maybe something lights up that's red, and then you press it, and then something's green. And the more that you do it, the more that
I want to look at these bodies while it's happening.
everything, that's fine, everything here is kind of zones out. You like, your brain is just filled suddenly with the computer. It feels a little bit like you can intuit in your mind's eye how to work the computer, and you realize that like less and less do you need your fingers, and you can kind of almost think. And even though you can't read the symbols, it's like you suddenly just know what they mean. And it seems like it's just a property of the computer. That's just how the computer works. It can kind of like telepathically kind of move into your mind. You see, as you go through, on there are 4 secure data modules. There's one that seems to have something to do with some sort of, like, they all in general seem to have to do with some sort of testing, or rather 3 of them seem like they're some sort of testing. This is where the limit of your understanding, because you're not quite there. Although, what language do you speak?
1 second. I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, Aoxian, Kasatha, Shirin, Yusoki. And
Dr. OK speaks Akloian or Aklo.
Aklo. Dr. OK speaks Aklo. This is good.
And he was involved.
Yeah,
Rick
yeah.
also
he
speaks
was
Aklo,
involved.
but he's kicking rocks. So
Okay. He's kicking rocks. You see one that, so once maybe Dr. OK is like looking and saying words and kind of sounding them out. Here's, yeah, no, that's good. That's good. You kind of pick it up. You're like, oh, one of these is on testing.
Huzzah.
It seems to be like some sort of like weapon. One of them seems to be on some sort of like frequency testing. One of them seems to be some sort of biological testing, and then the 4th one seems to be a higher security data module.
Ooh.
Can we try again on that?
Seems to say more about it. It reads more of like decontamination in it.
What happened?
Can we try again on the 4th module?
So each of these has a separate firewall. Some of them are going to need root access to get into. So if you guys want to try and get in, that's fine.
There's 4 attempts, so we
yeah.
have to succeed 4 times in a row before
to get all of them. But
Yeah.
but the more secure one's going to be tougher. But the thing is that because you rolled so well, you also know that this computer has this thing where if you fail by 5 or more to get in, it will start erasing modules.
Well, damn.
Well, it's worth a try.
Or we get some information and then try. Because we can get lower level information without doing this like sort of death throws, or is it?
Well, each one is behind a firewall, so failing the firewall checks will
5
Okay.
for
erase it.
for all the firewalls in total.
So-
if you fail 5 for any
But
of them.
the
If you fail
4th
by 5 or
module
more.
has
3 are like one layer of secure data module.
Yes.
The 4th one is a higher layer of.
has multiple layers.
No, sorry, I shouldn't say higher layer. It's more secure.
Okay, we have weapon testing, frequency testing, biological testing, and the 4th one is a data module that's more secure that deals with what topic?
Decontamination.
Decontamination.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do this,
So I think Nico's thinking he wants to hack this.
okay,
Yeah, same.
Nico, do you feel very confident or just confident?
I feel very confident.
I'm gonna inject him with a booster for a
Booster.
+2 enhancement to skill checks.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
For like, I mean,
For computers.
four. It just says skill checks. I don't know if this
That's
really
yeah.
counts.
Computers is a skill check. Because it's under skills.
+2 enhancement bonus. Aids a creature in one mana and another effects for a number of rounds.
What do you guys say? How does that?
That's a good idea, Doctor.
Hey,
Okay.
do you want something to help? And then I'll also aid.
I'm going to help out, too.
So Nico's gonna go over to Heerz. He's gonna be like, I got this.
I just
this.
rub his shoulders with this like cream that's
Tiger
slimy
balm.
and sticky, but it feels good. It makes you feel like maybe like your brains are firing a little bit better.
You know what?
I like it.
Under normal circumstances, I feel this is pretty weird, but seeing as though you just rub B12 cream all over my shoulders here, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use my polymath ability to automatically succeed
On what?
in assisting. Yes. And I think Nick just bought the farm.
I think you did.
20 plus 13
Ooh.
plus whatever you guys assist.
And I successfully assist.
Okay.
That makes it 15, I think.
Nice hack in there, man.
Wait,
35.
sorry. So you got an at 20 plus 13 plus 15, and then what did yours thing add?
I gave him a +2 on his skill checks.
but
got
did
it.
you also...
And then I also
assist?
succeeded in an assist.
Yeah, same.
So
Rick
that's
pauses.
plus 17.
A bajillion, basically.
And gives a thumbs up, and then goes back to.
We unlock
Okay.
all the modules at once.
Rare praise from the murder bot. Thank you,
okay.
Rick 19.
So, okay. So
How
what
are you
is
feeling,
what is the
Nico?
number?
So I think the number is what? 20 plus 17? So 37.
37. Okay. Which one are you trying to unlock?
The fourth one, yeah.
The fourth one. Okay. So you go, and everything just like zones in, and that same feeling of like a telepathic connection happens with a computer, where you're moving but you're thinking and you're not sure which one's coming first, right? And as you go into that module, you like find a way back. You start going through and you're about to do it, and you like you see the way through, and you press enter, and then it erases.
Wait, what?
Wait, so did you get all that information and
You
then
get
it
a
erased?
natural 20.
Which
Plus
is the
15.
best you can do.
Plus we assisted both. So there was 33 plus like, us both
37.
assisting.
And we
So
failed by
37.
5 or more.
What the actual... What?
See,
Heerz is just flabbergasted. He's just like,
I'll say this:
What did I just
20
see?
is the
What-
best that you can do,
Yeah.
and the two things that are tough is that you realize that one of these needs root access. It's probably that one, and root access is a lot harder to get, and you didn't get it.
All right,
All right.
look, let's try another module. They're less
Oh, man.
secure. Who's
Hacking
getting?
is stupid.
yeah.
But I will say this: because you did so well on that, I will let you roll that over into another one
I've
Because-
never put any
because-
points into
because-
computers ever.
because you got a 20.
It's so stupid. I'm sorry.
prepared.
Every time I've tried hacking, I've done super well. And you've been like, no, I'm going to
I'm
step
sorry.
on your dreams.
Listen, you went for the farm, like you went for the thing.
At
that's-
your
I don't-
suggestion.
I don't know. You're the one in charge.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Can you rewind us? So like if they would have done, wait, how do you get
Like
root access?
any
so
of
they
the
would've
other boxes.
what did we need a score? We needed 40. Is that what you said?
You would
No,
need
it'd
at
be-
least 5 plus 37.
We need 42 because we
42.
failed by
At
5 or
least
more.
that much. I mean, if you look, getting root access,
It's
like
probably like 50.
you have to be pretty good. And if you're just doing this right now with an unfamiliar thing that you're trying to work through, root access is tough.
All right.
But
so
you can roll it over
During
into
this time,
another
did-
module.
all right, we'll do it
the-
module 3 with the 37.
Did the grays move or anything light up
haven't
around
moved.
them? Okay.
Nico's going to be like this. We're going to go for number 3.
That's biological
Biological.
testing.
Yeah, we're going to go for number 3.
I
and
don't
Nico's
know
just going to
about
be like,
this.
he's going to be typing it 3. He's going to, damn it.
I can't believe what I just saw.
I almost had it. Okay,
Is it good,
I got
man?
some
We-
bad news, guys. module number 4 has been deleted.
Yeah,
I mean,
I saw.
I think I just might have gotten access on number 3.
I
Hold
take
on,
back my thumbs up. You hear over the comments.
Shut up, Rick. You didn't do anything to help out. God damn
I
it,
gave
all
you
right,
a
just
thumbs up. That means good luck.
Go back to your scrap pile.
Just ignore him. Just go for the third module.
So you do the biological one?
That's number 3, right? Module number 3?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems like that module opens fairly easily. Like you needed at least DC 25 to get into that one. Now, when the firewall comes down, you're able to access information from that one. And it seems like one of the rooms around here is this room where they're doing some sort of biological testing. But there's also this component of magic, and it seems like as you pour through, they're trying to like summon creatures, but also combine technology and like quantum mechanics into the summoning. And this maybe makes sense to you, Heerz. And it seems like they have been successful at summoning and controlling smaller monsters that are like maybe there are no like what?
Like maybe like starfish shaped and can
No. So more things that are like demonic.
Like asteroid lice?
Asteroid lice are not demonic. Things that are extraplanar. Things that are evil.
Could we figure out if they were successfully controlling them in addition to
It seems like they were. It
Could-
seems like they were successful in summoning them and
manipulating
them. But
intense.
the
perhaps.
primary focus is on summoning and capturing them. It seems like.
Nico's going to look over at Heerz and like,
This could
and
be
Heerz
a
and Dr.
fiendish
Okay.
weapon.
He's going to be like, can anybody make sense of this? I mean, I understand some of this, but magic stuff's going way over my head.
I understand how it's theoretically possible, but I never thought it could be. I never thought I'd see it.
Could I use my?
What did they do?
This would be something normally identified by mysticism,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Sure. That's fine.
I'll use my pious scientist ability to
Here's
call upon the wisdom of your Isa and discern through my life science check what mystic powers be at work.
You notice that there's a particular emphasis from the thing is that this data is half telepathic, half like a lot of stuff. So tell me what your role is, and I'll tell you more of what you know. On your mysticism check. Chickity check.
That is 29.
29, baller. Again, as you slot in the sense of like maybe your fingers are moving you through the logs, maybe it's your mind reading and anticipating where you're going to look, so then it puts the text right in front of it. It like knows what you want to see. And you start realizing that there's this emphasis on trolls. And there was something happened recently that seemed like it was a bit beyond their grasp, like an experiment that they kept trying to do over and over, and it failed or didn't quite go maybe like they wanted.
Perhaps
like
they
this.
summoned something that they didn't quite understand.
Balrog of Moria.
It just means that whatever they summoned, we're going to have to
Ancient
fight.
world.
Probably.
Yep.
Might have gotten loose here.
Could we figure
I
out
don't
like it. Or at
what
least
that
we're
is
being
that got out of
thought-
control?
Yeah, it seems like that was
troll
when they were
demon.
starting to focus on trolls. It seems like they
Okay.
went through a lot of other demonic creatures trying to do things, and it seems like there was something where they were able to take trolls and manipulate them and pull them in somehow.
And it just
With the pink hair and the
Exactly.
shiny
Blue hair. Yep, that's
faces.
it. Yeah.
Can't stop feeling.
So Heerz would really like to get his hands on how they were able to do some of this before it got out of control. Could we get that information from this? Maybe scrape it off and be like, cool, this is maybe something we could try in the future.
Yeah, if you want to start to pull more of that, I'm going to say that you're going to need to try and like pull the module and take it with you, or take a lot of time to get it off this. Because this is you working through data, and there's a lot of data in here.
So I could physically pull the module out. I have a high engineering. We could try it if that's what we need.
I think it is possible. Let me check the core rulebook and make sure, because there are some things.
Nico was going to ask later about what parts from the computer in the salvage here that he could actually take and try to build a better data pad for his device.
Make sure
I mean,
there
there's still
isn't a
2 other
troll about.
modules you can calculate or hack into.
Also,
Yeah, we should hack into those first before we try to pull it.
Also,
in
a
case we damage
simulation.
it. Yeah, just
Are you
layers of
asking me?
simulation. That would suck. But I could see it.
Oh, you think this is a simulation within a simulation within a simulation?
Yes.
The threefold conspiracy.
Well, try to get in. Is that what the 4th level one would have been like? Oh yeah, this is all a joke.
These grays seem suspicious.
The Greys and Trolls, that's, those two things are something I didn't expect to find in
Sus.
Starfinder.
I did not expect this in Starfinder.
Me
So what
neither.
are you guys thinking? You want to try and as this is happening, the ground again shakes. Rick, maybe you're starting to actually make a little bit of dent on this rubble. It's starting to kind of come clear a little bit.
Rick's actually going to set down his artillery laser and start actually moving the rubble.
Okay.
So Nico's going to, after really getting in with that computer there for a couple seconds, he's going to step back away a little bit, just a little shakily. His hand's going to go up to his face. That computer just seemed like it bonded with your neural network.
I know it feels like you and the computer are one.
It kind of feels good.
It feels great to be able to, truly see the information.
Rick, is that how you are all the time?
We can't even communicate with the outside, can we?
Is it just memory? Do the memories just flash in your head? How do you see as an android? Is that what it's like, where things just flash?
I would
in
have
your
to
head
ask
like
you
that?
the same thing about how you see as a human, Nico.
I'm just curious how androids see the world. I'm genuinely curious.
I see the world through my eyes. As for flashbacks, I may or may not have had a few visions induced by certain events.
What happened over here was we interacted with the device, and all of a sudden the computer intuited what we wanted to see.
I cannot
Does
say
your
that
neural-
I have any kind of experience with that.
Nico looks away. He's a little disappointed. He looks a little disappointed a little bit, but his attention is very much kind of stupefied, might be the best word for it. Stupefied of the computer over there. He's kind of a little in awe and in wonder.
Yeah, I mean, as you maybe reach down, and the 3 of you that have used the computer, as you maybe grab your comm unit, it feels so silly to touch a comm unit, to use a tactile feeling to use this technology. You're like, why can't it be like the computer? Why can't you just intuit it and it does it?
Yeah.
Is
So
there
what do you guys
something
wanna do?
special with that computer, or is this just they were just doing so well that it was felt that way?
It seems like
Captures
it's
the
something.
mind.
Nicotine
It's
keystrokes.
The
It
Greys.
seems like it seems like it's part of this technology. And I'm gonna harken back to, I think it was Rick. You had the culture check, right?
Yeah.
You guys have just had a lot of crushing checks tonight, which is great. And I will say that one of the things that you realize is that there is not much about gray technology really, but you do know that what you've heard is that they can do some pretty outlandish things.
That's why there's no information on it, is because they have such high technology they can just wipe
Yeah,
it.
and again, they don't want you to know.
Yeah.
You go try and find something, and you're like, I was just on the site. What? I can't. I was just here.
So
you know,
as
you like
Rick's-
see a report.
Anyway, as Rick starts like clearing away the final set of rubble near the store, and he looks at you guys, and he says, "Are you finished playing with the computers yet? I just want to say that the Greys are nothing to mess around with. What little information that they have on them, they are very dangerous creatures."
Indeed, but they're not as dangerous as quick fire. Pew, pew.
Rick rolls his
Wow,
eyes
nice.
and finishes
Good
the
timing.
rubble.
We should hack the other two, and then I want to try to pull this module. Let's do this.
Okay,
Indeed.
let's
Yeah.
burn through it. So give me your computer checks.
So Nico a little
I
bit
can
more.
attempt to assist.
Okay.
Nico a little bit kind of greedily this time because
Mhm.
Luke's a little addicted.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's a 12 plus 11. That's 23 plus whatever the assists were.
I assist.
Okay.
I assist. It's a DC 10, right? Or is it 15?
Yeah, it's DC 10 to assist, to aid. Yeah, so that's
I
what,
assist.
27? So which one
20.
did you want to try and look at?
2.
Number 2? Which one was number 2?
Number 2 is frequency
Okay.
research.
So it seems like you do go in, Nico, and just like the last time, you're like, oh, I know what to do. As soon as you slot in, that like euphoria kind of rushes through your brain, hits all the receptors that you were thinking of, and you're like, yeah, I know what to do. You slide in, it comes up, and once again, you see a lot of data. You're past the firewall. You see a lot of data that seems to be some sort of testing of, what's a good way to call it? What's the word?
Like a lab experiment?
Yeah, it seems to be
Probing?
it seems like this is a lot of research on infrasound, which is like incredibly low frequencies. Seems like it was some sort of technology, not quite
Research for the
clear
brown
in the
note?
sorry?
For the brown note?
I don't know what that means.
Yikes.
You never heard the brown note?
Never heard of the brown note?
sound?
No.
You want to explain it?
It's Kevin's got this one.
Oh, it's the frequency that forces the human body to defecate.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. It seems like there was a lot of
I'm surprised John didn't know it.
I didn't know.
Same
really
here.
surprised.
Yeah.
It was a South Park thing, right?
No, it was
No, it's-
the League.
The League? Okay. I think South
Yes.
Park also covered.
I think so too. I think you're right.
I'll say this.
Before.
You can tell from, again, you would need to spend a lot of time to go through all this. It seems like they were testing it on live subjects.
Yikes.
And you
That's
said
a-
what kind
That
of frequency
might
was
get
it?
messy.
Infrasound.
Infrasound.
It might get messy, indeed.
Infrasound.
Yes.
Ugh.
So, I mean, and Nico's going to say as he does, it's like, if this is what finding the truth feels like. Count me in.
Feels good, doesn't it?
You have no. Well, actually, you do have a slight idea.
I
don't
have
you?
an idea.
You do. You
I
pirate.
kind of want to bring this computer home, to be honest. I want to know how to
Seriously.
make this. Okay, that's really interesting. What about that first module? Let's
All
go
right.
for it.
Let's go for it. Another nat 20.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
It-
31.
I assist.
Can I look and see?
Yeah.
Damn.
I just so happen to have a chance cube.
Yeah. So it's literally a
It's
chance
like
cube.
all.
It's impressive.
This is impressive.
I don't mean to interrupt your guys' like the role play and the great roles and stuff, but Mythbusters did an actual episode on the brown note.
Really?
It's amazing. Is it real?
I'm sure it's not.
Okay.
This is amazing.
All right, we need to watch this as a group. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
I think it was probably like unconfirmed or unplausible. One of those.
Impossible. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
infrasound. Again, these are things that you're like, I have heard of infrasound. I didn't think it was real. I have heard of like summoning and magic and technology.
Unlike the brown note.
Didn't think it was real. The brown note, you're like, that's fucking real. Nico, this time it is just, again, 20 on a skill check is the best that you can do. And the past times that you've been hacking, maybe after that first time when everything erased, you're like, I need to change the way I'm doing this. And then boom, 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 you just nail them. And then with Heerz and Dr. OK, with your help, and then especially with this one, you're like, I got it. This is data about some sort of testing of a weapon. And the weapon seems to be something that can shapeshift. And words like astrozoan ping up, cells ping up. And it seems like it's testing of some sort of creation of a weapon that can polymorph, that can change and have a couple different states depending on the user's like will and what is like programmed into it. Again, you've never heard of a weapon that can do this before. And I will add, also being tested on live subjects.
Oh my.
Wow.
Nico's going to be like, this is way more advanced than anything we were working on at Orion Industries.
Barbarism
I want it.
only fit for Greys. Perhaps.
This is some really illegal stuff here. I would never touch this.
And
Even my father wouldn't have touched this.
they are clearly moving beyond any sort of like moral ethics to test some of these things, right? Like as you put it together, you're like, that would never fly in the Pact Worlds. The other thing is that you realize that these logs, the way that the conduit and everything runs, you're like, and the way that the computer realizes it, like it's kind of like if you've played Cyberpunk 2077 and you go into the what's it called, the like loop backs where you can watch memories, the screen kind of overlays in your mind's eye and you realize that like this data is coming from information that's nearby.
Oh.
What, the data in the computer is being sourced from other areas nearby? It's all correlating there?
Yeah, it's all like, it's not like this is being beamed in from somewhere. This is all your land shit.
All the experiments happened here, basically.
All in the same room.
They are nearby, yeah.
In the same room.
No.
In nearby rooms.
No,
And
this
we
is
know that
throughout the ship or whatever this
All right,
apparatus
so
is.
I'm just being very clear on this, though. Nico would know that the information is coming from other parts of the ship, correct?
It's coming from nearby.
It's coming from nearby, but in other parts of the ship, not in this room.
We don't even know we're in a ship or not.
Not in this room. That's
Not
the
in
part
this
that I
room.
will echo.
So Nico is going to say, well, if the Greys live up to their reputation, it's pretty safe to say to know that if there's one of them left alive, they probably know we're in here, and they probably know we found their secrets.
That's true, and that's why.
The ground rumbles again.
Heerz wants to know
Wait,
if
the ground has been rumbling?
Yeah, this whole time since
the
you
whole
landed.
time, ever since
The whole time since you landed, things will randomly rumble
Okay.
and move. It feels like the place is a little unstable.
Yeah. Heerz wants to hack it, but before he does, so the first attempt would be, let's try to get it programmatically, try to get it from this software or whatever.
Yeah.
And failing that, try to pull the actual module. But if we try to hack it further to get more information on how to do these things ourselves, is that going to, if we miss the check, is it going to erase the module?
Well, I have another
Do
way
we know
around
that
that.
from our investigation?
Can we download the data onto our data pads?
You can't
But there
download the data.
There
Seems
were
like
4
a lot.
modules, right? So
There were
3
4.
of the module.
Well,
You got 3, and
Right.
then one is erased.
so we can grab one of them already and just try to incorporate it, correct? If we wanted to. Theoretically, module 4.
Yes.
So-
It's been deleted.
So here's the thing. Downloading the data would either take you a long time to figure out how to do, because this technology, again, is like half interfering with your brain. Like you're not sure that you can just like plug in a USB and just pull it off. It's not that straightforward. But taking the modules out, possible, but I'm going to tell you, just like I apologize if I didn't before, again, root access means like this is fucking difficult to get into, right?
Yep.
Pulling the module out will just require an achievable but high DC, because you realize that it's going to take time and you're going to need to like go through the
electrical.
files are literally in the computer.
Okay.
But either way, is it going to take as much time to like pull to download?
It's going to take probably you can't download
Okay,
it.
got
Like your comm device would not be able to handle this much data.
So we can't digest in some way how to do the things that they're doing without taking out these modules. That's the only way forward.
Right. And
Okay.
also keep in mind that this is stuff that's like an entire research into this. It's not like you could just be like, oh, I'll just do it in my room.
Like a university research
like
system.
a supercomputer almost.
Yeah, sounds like it.
City-sized.
Are you done over there? We need to get moving.
Almost.
No, we're not done. This is super valuable information, and I think in order to, I kind of want to use it. I don't know how you feel.
The ground is shaking all around us.
The ground is shaking. Time's running short, maybe. Let's pull.
I'm not so comfortable.
Nico wants
here.
to. Yeah.
I'm just gonna give me some time to pull the modules. If you guys can help me out,
Yeah.
I really think we could use this. Let's get it out. Let's try. It's gonna be hard, but let's try.
John, can we pull if we didn't care about the information so much, would that lower the DC at all to incorporate into any of our own technological devices?
That's a good question. Like basically, if you just want to pull the USB drive out without ejecting it, is kind of what you're saying.
If we just wanted to pull it out to basically use the computer as salvage for our own means. Because we already know the information. It's going to take a long time, and to be honest, we really can't plug it in anywhere else.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you could try and pull some things out of it, but I'll say this. If you guys are going to try and pull out all three and or salvage stuff to find stuff that's usable, I'm gonna like start rolling some dice because I don't want to be the one to say no, but I'm going to give you the like.
I think we need to
fingers.
get out of here quickly. Where are the exits?
But John, like, if we, for example, pull the weapons module or the weapon research module, could we make a weapon like that? No,
because I think that like
it's too far forward.
Yeah. It's like this is technology that's going.
of a lifetime
It would
do
be
you
like,
have?
well, so here's the thing. One,
Okay.
here's
Kelly
the
wants
thing.
to break the game.
Here's the thing.
The thing.
Okay. One, I'm just going to reiterate: the data is coming from places nearby,
Okay.
and then two, this would be like you finding a flash drive that was like, so this is the way to build a time machine.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do.
This is the way to build a time machine. Let that sink in for a second.
Whether that was achievable by you is completely up to you. Are
Right.
there plans in there? Could you try and piece them together? Yes. How long would that take? I don't know. We can figure that out.
Nico's going to look over at here. So, like, look, I don't think we're going to be able to take the data with us. We've been able to glean as much as we can from it. Let's just try to salvage whatever we can and try to increase our own technological resources while diminishing theirs.
Why don't you salvage one?
I
one
would
of the
much
models?
like to get out of this situation alive. I don't care about the information. And he moves the last bit of the rocks and he says, I have a feeling we should go this way.
And Nico's going to stay at the computer. He's going to try and take out the fourth module.
Okay. Give me an engineering check.
All right. Nico's also going to ask Heerz, hey, Heerz, you want to be a pirate and help me out here? I'm going to try to take out this fourth module, the one that's already been deleted.
Oh, help.
So that's only for scrap, right?
It's not just for
Also,
scrap,
this
it's
was
for
probably within,
trying to
like,
incorporate it.
90
I'm actually, my
seconds.
plan is to
I know
take
I
the
got
module.
it. Like
What,
you
this
want to
whole thing?
like have like a.
I'm going to try to
I'd say
build a
like
super
10.
data pad, a supercomputer.
Jeez. Okay.
I'd say
You
it's like
would
10 or
still-
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
do
Yeah.
what?
Like you guys are talking, you're figuring it out, you're trying to do whatever.
Here's is gonna still try to pull the damn weapons module, but
Okay.
like because
Assist.
while they're doing this, we can
Let's
try
do
that.
this one at a time.
Oh,
though. Let's-
fuck.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Natural one.
That fourth module really hates me.
Natural one.
Yeah, plus
So
9.
this is the plus thing. The plus side of skills is that it's not an automatic failure. It's just probably the worst that you could do.
Yeah. So
And
I got a plus 9, so that's a 10.
You pull it out and it doesn't work.
It won't pull out.
The thing doesn't work?
Do we
pull
do
it out,
phrasing?
it just
All right.
It's
Nico's going to be like,
it's
let's
a
try it
paperweight.
again.
it's a paperweight.
Okay, let's try it again. And he's going to
What are you trying to do?
He's going to try rip out the biological one, number
Okay.
3.
You guys helping?
Yeah, for sure.
I assist.
It's a 25.
25.
I do not assist.
Okay.
So plus 2, right? Or is it
It's plus 2. Yeah.
so 27?
Yeah. What did you roll, Nico?
I rolled a natural 16 plus 9.
Natural 16
Wait,
plus 9.
is that plus 2 still going for me?
That's
my skill
what
checks?
it would have worn off.
Yeah, I think it would have worn off by now because you guys have been going through. You like it took you time
like
to
that
pour
B12
over this
cream,
data
though.
to try and figure it out.
So you had a 23.
No, plus 9. I did that without your bonus.
Right.
So plus 16 plus 9 is 25. Plus 2, 27.
Yeah.
You do pull it out. It doesn't become a paperweight and shut down, but it does seem like you ejected it pretty quickly. So I'm just telling you, the DC is 30. So it's possible to pull it out and have it be ready to go, and you're like, all right, cool. But you're going to need to repair it in order to get any data off of it. What state that is, I will be honest, the state that the data is in, I'll probably do a percentile dice to see how much is there. Probably going to be a lot of it, since you were really close to DC 30.
Well, if you didn't care about the data and you just wanted the module just for your own upgrade purposes.
You have the module. You would need to repair it, I think, to pretty much get through it, but you could take some time to repair it. You might need to take it somewhere. But again, you are literally, think about it this way, you are pulling gray technology out of a gray computer.
Yep.
This
also,
doesn't
does
happen.
my data pad, would that even have the power supply even to run the module?
We can figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's an off-air conversation.
Well, whatever.
Here's just going to quickly pull the weapons one, and then we'll make we'll get the hell out of
Okay.
here.
All right.
Anyone want to help me out?
I'll assist you.
Help me out with this. Thanks. Damn it.
Success on the assist.
I
just a
also
9, though.
9.
Plus, you add your modifiers?
That was with my modifier.
Oh, shit. Well, he's
So
got
I rolled
11.
a 1, basically.
He's got an 11.
Oh, yeah.
All right, last one, last
Paperweight.
module, then we're out of here.
Let's get this one. Come on.
Kevin fell asleep.
19 plus
That's
assist.
Plus 2. That's 21.
Fail.
21.
Blackjack.
You pull it out. Hold on. You pull it out. The lights go out and then come back on.
Uh-huh.
It's in the state of the other one where it's going to need some repair, but it is not a paperweight. So you have 2 modules. Both need repair. And
Fascinating stuff.
really great radio. Rick. So as this is happening, Rick, I imagine you just...
The rocks are completely cleared, but he does want to look at the doors. He has a feeling he wants to go south, but is there anything on the door to indicate what's behind it?
What do you mean?
Is there any symbols, any instructions? And reminder, I can read Aklo.
There are no instructions on the door.
It's just a door, a blank door. Are both
Just
doors
a door.
blank?
Yeah, both doors appear to be blank.
Okay, then he's gonna glance over at the others and say, "Are you ready to go?" And he's gonna lift up his laser over his shoulder and reach for the door.
I'm ready.
Nico, John, is there anything else in this room we can pick up just easily, not rolling any checks for?
No. You would need to spend time to salvage anything from
I'm
here.
going to look at this body real quick.
Okay, so you look at the body, which you told me about a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
Oh, damn, I was going to try and sync up my events with his.
What would it be?
what are you trying to do?
Would it just be perception? Search the body for any identifiable things.
Search the body for identifiable things. That is the question. So
Pierce, disguise, search. I don't know. Search.
This is interesting.
24.
On one of the grays, in some sort of weird pouch that's maybe it's grafted onto them, maybe you're not quite sure. Probably, honestly, it seems like they have like some sort of clothes that you didn't think would be pockets, but then you're like, oh, there's a pocket here. You find this strange metal, and when you look at it, you're like, this has to be some sort of maybe key card or something. And that's all that you find.
Interesting.
Is it the similar metal as the relic?
Good question.
Good question.
Here's
I'm gonna take it out and
You hold it
analyze
out.
it. I'm gonna, keep my chemilizer standby for my custom micro lab. I'm gonna just be like, behold.
okay, so you're going
Catches
through.
that out of the corner of his eye.
You're looking through whatever it is meant to do. It's malfunctioning. It's
Okay.
not working quite right.
Can I repair it?
Maybe, but you also have no idea what this technology is.
Okay.
So it will take some time.
Also, while
Here-
he's doing his experiment, can I do a brief inspection of the room, see if there's any other valuable electronics?
Give me a quick perception check.
Okay.
Here's as he pulls it up, you realize that there like something happens and you just pull out the thing that Rolu gave you, and as you move it towards it, it like flickers and then comes back. It's like picking up something and then not really responding. It like flickers blue
power
and then
source or something. Control a field, perhaps.
Is it just the thing that Rolu gave me that's flashing, or is that other thing flashing too? The thing that Dr. OK picked up?
No, that's not flashing. It's just the thing that Rolu gave you.
Rolu was a
like,
gray. He was a secret gray. Or he was working with.
He
the
acquired this at the very least, and okay. So Heerz like brings out the relic and like compares the way it looks and feels to what Dr. OK has.
The metal feels very similar.
Okay, so
The damn Greys might
you
have
gotta bite it.
made this.
Heerz bites it. He feels it with his mandibles. Feels kind of similar.
Nico, I'm going to roll a percentile dice and we can off air talk about what you found.
Oh, I got a 16.
Okay. All right.
For perception.
Cool. So you're doing this. Nico's walking around trying to find some things to salvage. You're holding this thing. Rick, did you just walk into the southern door?
I pushed the door open.
You push the door open. And as you push the door open, the door does seem to be unlocked. And when you push it open, I'm going to reveal something here.
I gotta remind you, I have my gun in my hand.
Thank you for the reminder.
It's a good reminder. It's cocked and ready to just let go.
That's cool. Okay.
I don't trust anybody except for maybe the 3 people in the room with me.
That's fine.
It's a solid maybe too.
Barely.
As you
I barely trust them.
Says the murder bot.
But yeah, it's always the ones who are the least trusting that
always
seem to
the
be the least
bots
trustworthy. I
Doing the
found.
murdering.
Indeed. Democracy hath spoken.
It has.
you go and you open the door. And as you open it, there's this sense of like this like purple light, and then you see before you this blue light that seems to be emanating from the space in front of you. And that's our game.
Took us long enough.
Took you guys all session to go through. But it's good. You guys did a lot of stuff. That was good.
I mean, thank God Dr. OK looked for that. That's like huge for Heerz. So.
Yep.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's a big session.
Grays.
Grays. You got some grays here.
Hey everyone, how's it going, the willing?
It's Kelly here, reminding you that we will be at Gen Con from September 16th through the 19th. If you recognize us from our social media profiles or from our Will Save shirts or hats, come up and talk to us. We'd love to get to know you. If you'd like to support Will Save, you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out immensely. Also, you can join our new Will Save Discord and come hang out with us there. There, we talk about the podcast, about tabletop games, and lots of other fun topics. It's a really good way to unite people with shared interests. Discord's awesome. You can find that by going to @WillSavePodcast on Twitter and tapping on our tap link in the profile. See you next time.